Alright YouTube, what's going on? It's Hightower 5000 here today, bringing another Runescape 3 quest guide. Today's quest guide is Contact. Quest requirements required to start off this quest are Gertrude's cat and Ictharin's little helper. I can start this quest by speaking to the High Priest who lives in Sophanem. We are located beside the river here. Pyramid Plunder is just in the background there, beside the river where the altar is in this building here, where we will be starting the quest. The difficulty of this quest is Master, however the length is only medium, so hopefully it won't take us too long. Items needed to complete this quest are a tinderbox, which you can have on your tool belt, a light source. As you can see here, I've got myself a Bullseye Lanten, which all I need to do is light up. Around 400 coins, you're going to need some antipoisons, you're going to need some water skins. I've got 2 water skins with me. You're going to need some food, armor and a weapon, because there will be a boss at the end. I'll talk more about the boss when we come to it though, and don't worry, you will get an opportunity, I think, to bank. Items I really would recommend for this quest as well is a Pharaoh Sceptre. You're likely to have one of these if you do Pyramid Plunder, because to use Pyramid Plunder then you are going to have to require one of these so you can teleport into the pyramid. And also I'd recommend that Amulet of Glory as well, just so we can teleport out to Alcarad quite easily. Alternatively, I suppose you actually use the Ring of Dueling, and I've also brought myself an emergency teleport just in case I fuck up that badly. So let's get this quest started. We're going to start by talking to the High Priest, who's the person located in the middle of this sort of church. Skip through all the chat until you get the option, and you're going to go select option 1. Sounds like a quest for me, I can't turn this down. And then again skip through the chat, and then you're going to enter into a cutscene. Basically there's a war going on right now, and as you can see it's sort of battling it over the river between 2 different groups of people, and this is what we're going to help and try in a sense to deal with and find an underground sort of tunnel as well. So once you exit out of the cutscene, continue through the chat again, and then basically you're going to get 5 options here. You're going to have to go through all these options. Okay, and once you have finished talking to the High Priest, you're going to exit out of his chat, and then that should hopefully now be the quest started, like so. Alright, so once we're finished talking to the High Priest, what we're going to want to do is go and chat to a guy called Jax. He's located in the northeast of the city. So as you can see here on the map, the most northeastern building, and it is to the east of the pyramid. So once you're here, talk to Jax. Skip through all his chats, and then basically all he tells you is that there is a trapdoor in this building that he is beside. So go into the building that he is beside, and basically there should be a trapdoor in the corner, and then you're going to climb down the ladder into this underground sort of tunnel here. Alright, okay, so for this next bit, make sure you have your prayer at the ready, because we have to do some protect from Mage, because there are going to be 1 or 2 mages down in this next layer. Also, if you do happen to fall into a trapdoor, then what's going to happen is you're going to go to a further layer further down. There's going to be lots of level 100 plus creatures down there. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to run down to the southwest corner, and then there's going to be a ladder which is going to bring you back up into this maze. Now we're about to go down this trapdoor, as you can see here beside the ladder, and there's a maze. I'm going to walk through it. Hopefully I don't fuck up. There's a possibility because I'm doing this live I'll fuck up. As I said, if you do fuck up, you'll fall down to a layer even below that. Just try and run it to the southwest corner. So for this now, what we're going to do is we are going to light up our Bullseye Lantern. There's a possibility this might go out while you're down here, so you might need to relight it. But once you click on the trapdoor, it's going to come up with a warning message. What you're going to do is obviously proceed, and then basically one of these guards is going to avoid you. They're guarding it basically from the enemies not coming up this way. We're going to sneak under now and try and get into the people who are shooting at us in the cutscenes area. So once you're down here, as again, make sure that you've got Protect from Mage at the ready. I've got prayer pots as well. I hope my prayer is actually on half, which should have recharged my prayer points before I came here, but starting off, we're going to go south here, going to go west a tad. Make sure you go straight up north here, as there's a trap there. Then you're going to come along here. This is where you want to turn on your Protect from Magic. Then you're going to come along like I'm doing right here. Then go south a tad, then go to your east. Just stop though, and then search the floor. You can turn off your Protect from Mage at this point, by the way. You're going to search the floor. We're going to search the floor, and then try and to avoid it using your agility skill, so option number 1, and then we're now past that there as well. You're going to continue and go in a southeasterly direction, and then eventually you're going to come to this sort of trap here. Now what this is this is sort of loads of these things which are going to hit you out the way. So what you need to do is you need to start off by hugging the top wall, get to where I am here, and we're going to go diagonally when the time is right anyway, to avoid getting hit by these things that are jagging out the wall. So here goes, and as you see, done that successfully. Now we're on the south wall, and then we're going to continue this all the way along like so until we get past this little stage here. It's not overly difficult, however if you do run into it you can fuck up. Once you're around this corner here, you're going to run south and you're going to see that the wall changes colour. What you're going to do is search the odd markings, which is the wall, and then select option number 1 again to use your agility skills like so. Alright, so you're going to want to continue in a westerly direction. We're now going to want to put on protect from Mage. You need to watch out for this trapdoor here, so once you get around this corner, hug the north side there, and then continue round here, continue in a continue in a westerly direction, and then start to go south like so. Watch out here, I think there's a trap round about here, so stick to the east side and then continue to walk south like I am, like so, very slowly, and then you're going to get to another one of these odd markings. At this point what you're going to do is turn off your protect from Mage and then search the wall and then pass through it again. Sorry that I panicked a little. So we're going to go south a little bit, and then we're going to go to our west along here. Again, you might need to protect your from Mage if you need to. You don't really need to if you've got a decent enough combat level. However, I'm going to put it on here, and there's another moving wall here. So again, you're going to want to stick to the eastern wall this time and then cross diagonally over to the western wall like I'm doing, like so. Then continue south, and then you're going to go to your west now, and you're near enough going to go directly to your west. You need to watch out, there's a trap door along here. This is why I'm going slow. You should be able to see them on the floor though. I believe this one is round about here, so I think as long as you stick to the north here you should be okay. And then once you're eventually past that, you're going to come to this ladder here, which we're going to climb down. Okay, so to climb down the ladder, I would recommend turning off Protect from Mage if you have been using it, and then we're going to be in this tunnel system. If you did fail, then you would land up being in this layer to the side here, which you can see on the mini-map, and you can see some of the monsters. So what you're going to do is you're going to follow this path round. Don't worry, there's no obstacles on this path, and eventually we're going to find a body which is laying on the floor. Once you get to here, what you're going to do is you're going to search the body, and then you're going to get something to read. So you're going to read through this, and this basically says that you were told to go and get in touch with an agent in Mythos. Alright, okay, so now we're going to continue in a westerly direction and basically going to come to this sort of creek here, and what you're going to do is you're going to talk to the person on the other side of the creek, and then basically they're going to say you're not Caliph, and then Caliph is dead, and you can explain the sort of situation, and then basically, because we've read the note, now we know the answers to what the questions that he is going to ask us. So this is relating back to Princess Ally Rescue, and you're going to say here option number 2, Draenor Village, and then you're going to select option number 4, Ozan and Leela. And then once you finish with that, what we're going to do is we're actually going to be teleporting out to Alcarad, so in a sense you can use the lodestone, which I'm going to do because the lodestone is an ideal place where we want to go, although if you do have your glory or your ring of dueling with you, then you could use that method as well. Alright, okay, so once you arrive in Alcarad, what you're going to do is you're going to go into the palace, and then you're going to enter through the big doors, and then once we're through the big doors we're going to talk to Osman here. If for some reason you're doing 2 quests at one time, I've not completed a quest, so you're going to select the option talk about Sophanem, and then you're going to basically talk about the situation, the person who you talked to underground. You're then going to select option number 3, it would drive a wedge between the cities. And then basically that is now Osman agreed to help us out. So the next part of this is going to be the boss fight. So if you need to, I'm actually going to change 1 or 2 things up in my inventory now. Go to the bank in Alcarad here. Alright, okay, so once you have banked, make sure you re-get ready for the boss. For this, it's not an overly difficult boss to complete, it's only just over level 100, but just in case I'm going to bring some food, I'm going to bring some prayer bots and some supers if I do need them. I've also got my Pharaoh Sceptre to teleport down there. Make sure you still bring your Bullseye Lanten, because unfortunately we're going to have to navigate that wee maze again, however it isn't too difficult. And then bring your note as well. So basically what we're going to need to do is we're going to need to teleport back down to Sophanem. However, if you're actually using the magic rugs, do not actually re-enter the city. Stay just outside of the city to the north, because that's where we're going to need to go. So I'm going to teleport back down there, and then I'm going to arrive in the pyramid. I'm going to exit the pyramid, and then as I said, we're going to be going just to the northern gate on the outside of the city, like so. And then besides the magic carpet person, which some of you might use to get down here if for some reason you don't have a Pharaoh Sceptre, then you get to talk to Osman. Then you're going to go through all of these options. I'm basically going to suggest why don't you just go through the gate. That's quite stupid. And then you're going to say, why don't you try the skies? And then he's not going to like the idea either. And then finally option number 3, there's a wee secret entrance in the wall. Alright, so now you're going to enter into a cutscene. You're going to see some of Osman trying to sneak down into the secret maze. So Osman's going to take out the guard, and then he's going to land up going down through the maze, and he's going to land up being where we were all the way down at the bottom where we're talking to that person and we found this note. So we need to go all the way back down there. So again, we're going to re-enter the building at the northeast of the city where the trapdoor is. We're then going to go down the trapdoor, and then we're going to go from there down this other trap door here. We're going to proceed regardless. Obviously the guard's going to warn us again, no one gives a fuck. And then we're going to have to re-navigate this maze again. So if you can't remember, I'm just going to go over it again here. What you're going to do is you're going to go south, then you're going to go west a bit, then you're going to go right back up to north, so you're missing out that wee pass there. I'm now in EOC for combat. That's one good thing to mention actually. I changed combat modes to legacy modes here from EOC because I don't really like EOC too much combat wise, and because we're about to be going into a fight, obviously I much prefer, as I said, legacy mode to Barcelona. So anyway, going to get magic ready again, and then we're going to run past here. We're going to run along west, and then from there we're going to go south a tad, and then we're going to go directly east. You need to watch out, like I didn't there actually. I just walked over that and then walked back over that, and then please do not walk back over that. So make sure you actually search the floor and then try using your agility skills, not like I did there. You've seen I take a bit of damage, and that's damage which I really did not want to take. Again, we've got another one of these block puzzles, so stick to the top, diagonally cross, then go along the bottom, then go back to the top, so on and so forth. And then once you're past that, go round the corner, continue south, and then you're going to see that the colour wall is a bit different. Search the wall markings, select option number 1, you're going to use your wonderful agility skills, and then we're going to go round the corner again. Now we need to watch out for a trap door, I believe, coming up, or there's going to be a sacred swarm which we need to watch out for. So you're going to go west and continue west by going north a little. Re-put on protect from magic. You need to watch out there for the floor because that is a trap hole. And then we're going to continue in a westerly direction, and then we're actually going to sort of come around the corner, then go south, then hug the east wall, go east and then hug the east wall, and then go directly south because I believe there's a trapdoor round about here. Continue in a southerly direction like so, and then until you get the option to go east. And then what we're going to do is we're going to search the wall markings. Unfortunately, for some reason I fucked that up wonderfully, not at all sure why, and now I'm going back onto it as well. Make sure you search obviously the first block instead of I done the second block. And then we're going to continue south, and then we're going to go west. Turn your magic off at this point. And then you're going to get to another block thing here. As you can see, I'm actually still getting attacked, but what we're going to do is we're going to hug the east wall, and then we're going to cross over and then hug the west wall, and then we're going to follow the path west. Make sure, however, though, when you're following the path west, you stick to the north, because there's a trap door round about here, I believe, on the south of the wall. Finally, once you get around that bend, you will then be ready to climb down the ladder, which will take you back down to where the dead body is. So once you actually do climb down the ladder, you're going to enter into a cutscene, and then Osman is going to be talking to Misa down here, and basically they're going to be having a wee chat. So you can just skip through all this, and then it looks like he is going to run away. And it looks like these swarms are starting to spawn, and what these are going to do, these scarab swarms, they're going to merge together, and this is the giant scarab. This is the thing that we're going to be attacking. So overall, actually really isn't that difficult. Osman just got knocked out there, so what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to run down there, and we are going to have to kill this giant scarab. Shouldn't be too difficult, as I said. However, I'm just going to super up. Always get told by quest guides that bosses are really difficult, and they'll end up using like no food and wasting everything. As I said, it's recommended to use melee. One good point actually, it's recommended to use melee or use range. I wouldn't recommend using magic. If you're going to go with melee, use melee, protect from melee, and then range. It depends really. You can use protect from melee, or I would probably advise you using actually protect from range, just because you can be ranging at a difference. What's going to happen is the giant scarab is going to be the main thing you're attacking. It's going to spawn other little scarabs. However, do not bother killing them, because as soon as you kill the main giant scarab, then they'll all disappear. So let's get this underway. Let's head into the arena. As you see, it's actually only level 86. This is not really going to be, hope, too difficult anyway. I've only got a whip. I've not really updated my combat gear, as you can see, since about 2009. Because I'm not overly interested in the combat sort of stuff. As you see now, these are starting to spawn in, so I think I'm actually going to go and protect from Mage for now. I've supered up as well, so I'm just going to speed this fight up, because it'll take me forever. As you can see now, there's a lot of different things spawning in. So I've got the main thing here is going to be melee. Obviously I've now got a Major there, and I've also got a Ranger there. So if you do have any other prayers that can protect you from 2 or 3 things at once, and obviously do them. Unfortunately I just have the default prayer book, so I can't do that. If you are really struggling as well, then I recommend putting your back up against the wall. As you see, I'm getting attacked here from 4 different sides. If I really wanted to preserve food, and if I was struggling, I'd maybe put my back up against this wall here, so I only get attacked from 3 or 2 sides if I'm not really in need of that. And then there we go, that is me killed the giant scarab, and everything else that was attacking me is going to disappear. So first of all, I'd recommend taking off protect from melee. Osman is actually going to start talking to me, so unfortunately can't. And then basically he's just going to ask about the fight and that everything's okay, and you're going to clear everything up. Osman is then going to say thanks, and then basically he's going to disappear. Pick up this here, this is a Keris. Basically this is quite a nice little wee thing. It'll help you out with the Calphite Queen. I believe it reduces damage. And now what we're going to do is we're actually going to teleport back. If you want to, you can actually go back through the maze, but I really don't see any point in that. So you're going to re-teleport back up to Sophanem. I'm doing it with my Pharaoh Sceptre. However, unfortunately, I realised some of you might have to take the maze back. Then, once you've come out of there, we're just going to go back to the temple where we started the quest. So once you come out of the pyramid, go directly south and then into the altar sort of place. And then we're going to talk to the High Priest again, and that is the quest complete. So overall, quite easy. So, talk to the priest, and then basically you're going to see the outcome of what happened, and there we go, quest complete. So congratulations, quest complete. You get the Keris, you get 1 quest point, you get yourself 7,000 feeding XP, you get 7,000 combat XP and 2 related skills of your choice, obviously combat related, access to the local bank here, and then you get 2 treasure hunter keys. So thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Please leave this video a like rating if it helped you out. Leave a comment in the comment section below if you felt there was anything I could improve on, or if you're stuck and I'll try and help you out. The plan is from this quest is now to go on and complete the Desert Quest series right to the end, like you did with the Elf City. If you guys haven't heard about my second channel, then please go ahead and check it out. What I do on that channel is I upload Minecraft, GTA and Call of Duty on a regular basis. Again, please leave this video a like rating. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you later. Adios.